Alright guys, so today we're checking out the brand new Monster Clarity 8.0 ANC True Wireless Earbuds. And to be honest, this is probably Monster's most polished product overall since they used to release the Beats lineup of headphones. So as far as the pricing on these, it's a little weird because this is one of those where on Amazon it shows that its original price is $109, although it has it on sale for $79. There's also a little coupon box that you can check for an additional $5 off. And Monster sent a coupon code for my viewers to be able to use to get an extra 45% off. And this is good all the way till July 10th. So this brings the price all the way down to $40. And to me, this is kind of crazy, especially considering everything that you get, which we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about the sound, the active noise canceling, and see if it's worth the $109 or $79 or $40 or whatever the pricing is. We're gonna see what kind of value the Monster Clarity 8.0s actually have. Now to start with, these are available in two different colors, and you would think it's usually black or white, but in this case it's blue or white. And the design and the finish that these have actually have kind of like a speckled texture feel to them. It reminds me a lot of some of the products that Soundcore has been releasing. So from a design standpoint, I actually like these quite a bit. Now, as far as the technology, these do have Bluetooth 5.2. They only have AAC and SBC playback, so there's no high-end Bluetooth codecs here, but I didn't have any compression throughout my testing. And this was also an excellent pair to use with all different types of media. I was using it for movies, YouTube videos, and things like that, and I didn't have any kind of lag at all, except for when it came to gaming. There is a slight lag with gaming, so just keep that in mind if you're looking at it to use for those different types of media. Now, one huge thing about this pair is it works with Monster's app. And Monster's app allows you to keep the earbuds updated. It also has a Find My Earbuds feature, which just helps you locate them if you just forgot where you last had them. It also gives you some different EQ options. Now, there is not the ability to customize the EQ yourself, which I would have liked to have seen, but they do have some pre-built ones in there, which we'll talk about once we get to the sound. And then another thing is the app allows you to switch between the noise canceling, the transparency mode, and the normal mode. And also within the app, the noise canceling actually has 3 different levels that you can switch between. There's an indoor mode, there's an outdoor mode, and then there's a commute. So if you're on a train or a plane, you would use that commute mode, and it's just blocking out a lot more of the lower tones like engine noises and things like that, where the outdoor mode is trying to block out a lot more of your surroundings, and then indoor just kind of dials back the noise canceling a little bit, because I guess that is just assuming that you wouldn't need as much noise canceling while you're indoors. And the noise canceling overall, I was actually very surprised at how good it was. Most of these inexpensive earbuds don't have very impressive noise canceling. And don't get me wrong, the noise canceling on this pair does not compete with the top tier noise canceling earbuds like the Sony XM4s or the Bose series or anything like that. But for its price range, the noise canceling did a very good job of blocking out engine noises, AC units, and anything that had like a lower tone to it. But anybody talking around you, you're still gonna hear just the same as you would having any other pair of earbuds in your ears. Now, the transparency mode on these, I felt did a really good job of bringing in my surroundings and not having everything sound overly processed or digital. Because most earbuds, if you switch them into transparency mode, you can start to hear the static or white noise that the mics are picking up. And this one just did a really good job of pulling all of that in and not sounding overly sensitive. Now, if you're looking at using this pair outdoors, it does come in with an IPX5 rating, which means you can't submerge this pair into water. But if you're using them at the gym, you don't have to worry if you sweat heavily, or if you're using them outdoors and it starts to rain, or if you're by the pool and they get splashed on, they'll be able to survive all of that with no issues. Now, as far as what you get inside the box, I saw some cases online where people were getting the little drawstring pouch. Mine didn't actually come with that, so I don't really know what to say there, but mine did come with 3 sets of silicone ear tips, and it also came with a USB-C cable, which you don't actually have to keep up with because the case on these is a Qi wireless charging case. You could just come in, drop it on any wireless charger, and it will start charging. And I can't tell you enough how great it is to have that on a pair of earbuds in this price range. Now, speaking of the charging, this is another thing that definitely caught my attention was the battery life. The battery life on the earbuds themselves, and this is using them at around 50% volume, you can get up to 10 hours on the earbuds, and you can get up to 50 hours using the case. And on top of that, if you do happen to pick the earbuds up and they're dead, the fast charge feature is also very impressive because a 10-minute charge will get you 3 hours of use. So from a battery life standpoint, all of that is very impressive. It's going to get most people through a normal day. And for people that don't always make sure their earbuds are charged, you can get 3 hours on a quick 10-minute charge, and that just makes that very convenient. Now moving over to looking at the case and the earbuds themselves, both have a two-tone finish where you can see that they tried to blend some silver in with the white model that I have here. Now on the back of the case, you can see the USB-C input for charging, and then around on the front, you have one indicator light, and this just allows you to see how much battery life is left on the case. But when you pop open the lid, you can see that the earbuds do have a stem style design. Although I am happy to say that this stem is not one of those long, obnoxious stems. It is a short stem, and this pair also uses touch controls. And another thing I'm happy to say is they give you control over everything, or at least once you go through the app and switch some things around, because out of the box, these did not have volume control, but I did give up the ability to switch them from noise canceling to transparency mode to be able to add volume. So it's nice that the app gives you those options. Now for you guys that do like to use your earbuds for phone calls, this pair uses 6 microphones total, and they're also using what they call an anti-noise feature to try to block out a lot of your surroundings. And overall, I was very impressed with the mic quality on these, but you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here. So here is the mic test of the Monster Clarity 8.0s. I think these do a pretty good job picking up my voice. Obviously, there is some digital noise and maybe some slight warmth to my voice, but this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call. And so now here is the mic test with a crowd noise being played, which you can hear here. And so this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call in public. So now let's talk about the sound. And we're going to talk about the sound of these, the way that they sounded out of the box, because all of those EQ options that I said that the app had, all of them sucked. They really just didn't do anything good for the music. In fact, some of it made it unlistenable, in my opinion, because the bass boost made it sound really muddy. The treble boost made it sound way too bright and just leveled everything else out. So maybe you'll find something you like in it, but personally, I just preferred the sound out of the box. So out of the box, what you're getting is a very bass heavy sound, but it's not bloated. It's not one of those that's way too boomy, where it just destroys everything else, but it is boomy to the point where it gives the sound a slight warmth to it. It's not a bright sounding earbud. I do feel like the treble probably could have been bumped up maybe another notch or two just to try to counterbalance the bass a little bit. But they did boost the mids slightly to pull out vocalists, and I felt like male and female vocalists came through cleanly. Because of the warmer tone that these have, it really does sound a little bit more natural than some of the other earbuds where the treble is boosted. But my personal preference is I like my bass to be boosted, but I also like my treble to be boosted quite a bit, all the way up to the point of being harsh. And this pair is far from being harsh, but you do get that nice punchy impact without it being sloppy. You're able to hear vocalists and acoustic instruments very cleanly. It's just not overly bright. And then as far as the soundstage and the sound imaging, although it has a nice natural tone to it, it's not as wide open as a lot of the earbuds that I test. It still sounds like I'm in a medium to large size room, but it still does a fairly good job of being able to tell where different sounds are coming from. So really my overall opinion is this. I feel like this is one of the best Monster products that they've released in years. I do wish that they had a little bit more volume on the earbuds, and I wish that they had better EQ options within the app, or at least the ability to just customize the EQ settings the way that you want. But as far as the overall package, the battery life that you're getting here, the noise canceling, the sound quality itself, and also getting Qi wireless charging and fast charging that's that impressive, and being able to pick them up for right now 40 bucks kind of makes it a no-brainer. In fact, the regular price, which I believe is $79, is also a hell of a deal considering all the features and the sound that you're getting on these. But guys, that wraps up my video on the Monster Clarity 8.0 ANC True Wireless Earbuds. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.